Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about a major discussion I know a lot of people have discussed leading up to this series, which it sounds like Daryl might get a new love interest in his own spinoff. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. We are here to do another discussion topic video. Obviously, yesterday we had a lot of information released for the Daryl show. We had the release date, which we now know is going to be September 10th on AMC. So we got the release date, and we got some new screenshots and some new photos for the show. And I wanted to, in today's video, go through one of the major topics of Season 1 and one of the biggest things that we know about the show so far, which is that we are going to probably be seeing another love interest here for Daryl. Now, this show is very, very different. It's very unique. It's set in France, so it's definitely going to feel very different. But in addition to the setting, it also sounds like we are dealing with, from what Norman Reedus has said a few times, a very romantic series. So that is not a word I thought I would ever hear used for The Walking Dead. I'm very intrigued to see what he means by that, to be honest. Because, yeah, like, you know, what does he mean, right? Like, what does he mean by a very romantic story told, right? So we know based off of some of the leaks, and we know based off of some of the information that has come out for this show, that obviously the nuns have Daryl at one point, and they have him, you know, either whether they're torturing him or they're helping him. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to see when we actually see the season. But the nuns are doing something to Daryl, right? And we see one of them kind of appears to take a liking to him from what I've seen. And, you know, and this is one of our big actresses for the show. I believe besides Norman Reedus, she is the main one advertised for Season 1. I do not recall the actress's name. It's some sort of French name. She's a French actress, but yeah, she is a major part of the story. She's a major, a key point of the first season. And until Melissa McBride comes in Season 2, it sounds like she is like our main focus besides Daryl. So I'm not sure what exactly her role is going to be aside from what I've heard, which is that she apparently takes a liking to Daryl where the other nuns don't really care. Apparently she does take a liking to him. Apparently she sees what he can do based off of one of the clips that came out. She's seen him fight. She's seen him, get his hands dirty and stuff like that. She knows what he's capable of, and that draws her to him or something, and she is kind of, obsessed with him in a way almost. So it's like, yeah, it's very, very different. It's not something I'd see Daryl go through ever. I'm very shocked that they're doing that with his character. But, in terms of that, I mean, it should be interesting to see what it's going to be like, because I kind of get the idea that, like, Daryl is probably just going to be doing his normal Daryl thing, you know what I mean? Like, helping these people out, taking out a bunch of the, the zombies and stuff. We do see in the teaser he does have a new crossbow as well, too. So, obviously, he must have lost his old one from, the trip over there. But it sounds like he at least is going to have some sort of new crossbow. He probably tells them, like, hey, I'm a bowman, that sort of thing. And he takes the crossbow and starts fighting with it and stuff. And we did see another clip in one of the trailers that was released a little while ago, him with like a morning star as well too, and he's like swinging it around. So according to this new character here, it sounds like she sees what he's like, she sees how he can fight and how tough he is and how nothing scares him, and that kind of, attracts her to him, you know what I mean? So it makes a little bit more sense when you line all that up, that it's a more romantic type of story, and Norman Reedus has teased that there's a lot of romance in this show. So again, I never ever expected them to do that, but now let's acknowledge the elephant in the room, because I know a lot of people are probably going to ask about this. Are we never going to see Daryl and Connie get together? And I think the answer is no, guys, to be honest. I mean, I think we've been over that, but I figured I would kind of acknowledge it, because now that we're introducing what is more than likely, I'm like 95% sure that this is going to be a Daryl love interest for sure. That's why they're advertising her the way they are. That's why Norman Reedus is explaining how romantic this show is in certain interviews and stuff. It definitely, the puzzle pieces are connecting for sure. But in terms of Connie, yeah, no, I don't think that's happening. I don't, because, I think what the plan was with Connie, and I honestly think this is what it is that in Season 9, I think they were building up a relationship between the two of them. Same thing with the first half of 10. And then I think this is what they ended up doing, is that when the actress for Connie left during the second half of Season 10, when she went to go film Marvel and she kind of like, went away from Walking Dead for a bit, they decided to just drop the ball on the storyline. Then they were like, okay, you know what? Maybe Daryl and Connie won't get together. And then they introduced Leah in the bonus episodes of season 10. They had that, love story go on during the Reapers and stuff, and then Daryl had to kill her. You know what I mean? And then him and Connie had a few interactions, but nothing too major at the end of the Walking Dead main show. So it feels like they're probably just not gonna have that happen. I know that Connie probably won't be acknowledged in this show because they've said many times, and Norman has said, and Greg Nicotero has also said that this show is a major standalone. You don't have to necessarily watch The Walking Dead to watch this show, which I kind of call BS on that, to be honest, because Daryl already talks about how he's from Commonwealth, you know what I mean, and he was in America, and he went looking for something, and all he found was trouble. Like, I get that maybe if you wanted to watch this show separately, you could kind of watch it, but in particular when Carol comes in, and she's, like, probably going to update Daryl on what's going on, like, no, I don't know why they're saying that you could watch this show without watching Walking Dead. Like, you could, but you'd have a lot of story elements that you'd be wondering about. That's the thing. So I don't know. I kind of disagree when they say that you don't have to watch Walking Dead to watch this. I mean, yes and no, but there's a bit of yes in there too. You know what I mean? There's still ties to the main Walking Dead. So yeah, I don't know about that. But point being, if you don't need to watch The Walking Dead to understand this show, then that is definitely why they're, probably never going to acknowledge Daryl and Connie, and he's going to get with, whoever the hell this character is. So I don't know if this is going to be a character that when the Daryl show ends, she ends up going with him or something to America. I don't know. If she's like a long-running character, or if she's a character that, maybe just is in this show and then she dies at some point, and then, they do the whole tragic, type of scenario. So I don't know, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Daryl. Did not expect to see a love interest for him in this show, and we know that this show is going to be a very different vibe. You know what I mean? I mean, the overall setting is very unique. It's very different. So there's a lot of different elements. My curiosity is, is it going to be good? Is it going to be a good spinoff? We'll have to see. But so far, it's very intriguing. Definitely a very interesting looking show. And, we'll have to see. We'll have to see, if Daryl's love interest is going to be, a likable character. We'll have to see what she's like when the show comes out. But we're less than 2 months away now. So, I mean, we're getting close now. Daryl's show is coming up very, very soon. And, yeah, I'm very excited to see what they do with it. So, anyway, if you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos of The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. Make sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys, to get more Walking Dead videos like this as well. And I'll see you guys really soon for more videos of The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.